Honeymoon is horror.
The Honeymoon is horror is back. I'm with the biggest horror of my life.
Wow.
Horror, I said.
Yeah, still same reaction.
We're going to discuss not one, not two, but three movies in a saga. And we're going to try our best to talk about it in a coherent and organized way. No promises, though. Before that, we're drinking. I am the Hoosier. Don't know.
Hoosier. Wait. Hoosier. It's Hoosier.
Hoosier Brewing Company Pie Face the Peach Pecan. Is it? This is just pecan I'm supposed to have. Okay. Well, it's hold on. Let me.
He's got the wrong beer.
God damn it. I'm all frazzled now. I am all frazzled.
Are they from Indiana?
This is from Indiana, yes.
Yep, that's why I know it's Hoosier.
How do you know that?
Because they're the Hoosiers.
They're the Hoosiers?
Yeah. I think it's Indiana State. They're the Hoosiers.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they are called that.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I'll have to edit that other one. But anyways, okay, here we go. So I am drinking the Pie Face Pecan Pie from Hoosier. Hoosier. In Indiana, as you said. And it says, nothing beats a warm slice of pecan pie over the holiday season. This is a slightly tart, sweet, and absolutely delicious brew. 5.5 on the ABV, 0 on IBUs. When you pour it, it looks like pecan pie. Like liquid pecan pie. Or, could be...
looks like poo.
Yep, it does. It does. Also, when you smell it, it does not smell good.
No. Mm-mm.
It has a pecan-y-ness to it. I'm going to try it, though. We're going to give it a shot, and I hope it's good because I paid $6.50 for this can of beer. So
that's really not that bad.
It is a lot. It's a lot.
$6.50
for a beer?
Yeah, but I mean, like if you were to go somewhere and get a beer,
wouldn't be $6.50. No.
Not here.
4 to 5, maybe.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Well, if you're in Madison, it's going to be more.
Okay, whatever. Let me try this, okay? Quit talking.
Okay,
Talk about your
thing.
Sorry.
I don't know what to say about my thing.
You're drinking Point Brewing
Premium
again.
Kiddy cocktail.
It's Kiddy cocktail, gourmet soda, made here in Wisconsin.
And
because there's no other gourmet sodas around. I try to find Jolly Good, but I can't find it.
Yeah. So it's caffeine free, which is why I'm drinking it. And now you've taken a sip, so let's hear your thoughts.
It does have like a sweet tartness to it. I gotta try it again. I get the pecan or pecan, however you want to say it.
Pecan.
I get the pecan. You're supposed
I don't know. People say it differently.
You have to roll it too.
What happened?
It's not filtered. Calm down. It's a
Oh my gosh.
It's a non-filtered beer. That's why you roll it, so then it blends more, and then you put it in the thing.
All this shit just started floating around in there.
Bottom of the
I'm
can
like,
stuff.
What?
It's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Well, it tastes like dessert. It does taste like dessert.
I wish I could try it.
It's got a really good aftertaste, which is
that's surprising.
Kind of rare in the beer world.
I was gonna say usually it's a bad aftertaste.
Oh, that's pretty good. It was. Greenwood, Indiana is where this is from. Roll me gently and keep cold. Drink soon.
Well,
when was this made?
I don't know.
There's supposed to be a thing on it, right?
I have no idea.
Okay, anyways. So that's what I'm drinking. You're drinking your Kiddy cocktail because you can't have anything else. We are going to discuss the horror saga called Fear Street. There's 3 of them. It's Fear Street is, of course, from R.L. Stine. Back in like the 80s was the first one, I think. The movies, the saga, doesn't really have anything to do with any of the books I learned. So which is kind of a bummer because I would have liked to read more about the various killers and stuff that you don't really get to learn too much about.
Right.
So it starts with, it was on Netflix. It came out in 2021. It's Netflix.
The first one did?
Yep. They all came out in 2021.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep. So I don't know exactly the release date, but
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's 3 parts to it. Part 1 takes place in 1994 because it's called Fear Street. Part 1, 1994. And a circle of teenage friends accidentally encounter the ancient evil responsible for a series of brutal murders that have plagued their own town for over 300 years. Welcome to Shady Side. So we learn about Shady Side. The thing I liked right away about this movie is that it has your classic horror slasher beginning. You are met with a character who does not make it very far, does not make it very long on the screen, but plays a pivotal role in establishing the plot. We are met with Heather, the clerk at some store, the bookstore of all places.
Oh, yeah.
In the mall. And then she is met, or she's looking to leave because she's got to get some money and all this kind of stuff.
Don't the lights go out or something?
The lights go out, yes. And then she's looking for her friend Ryan.
Yep.
And then she gets chased by a guy who is in a costume, in a skull mask, in a skull costume.
It's very Scream-esque.
Kind of.
I mean, like the costume kind of is.
No, it's like it's like a generic skeleton costume. Because Scream is Ghostface.
All right.
But so yeah, Heather doesn't make it obviously. And the thing that I liked about it right away, because not knowing what this is even about, is like all of a sudden she takes off the mask and you see who it is right away.
Yeah.
It's Ryan. And you're like, oh, what the fuck? And then what happens to Ryan? Shot in the head.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, man. So you really are left with puzzling. Like, what does this mean even? Because.
Right. Because now, like, somebody died, but the killer also died. So how is there a movie left to watch?
Yeah. So it goes into the history of it, I guess. A little bit. We're met with
not right away, though.
No, not right away. We're met with our main characters, Dina. And Dina talks often about a person named Sam, her brother Josh, and then her friend Kate and Simon. They're talking or whatever, and it's all about this sunny side and shady side, right?
Sunnyvale.
Sunnyvale.
It's Sunnyvale and Shady Side.
Yeah, Sunnyvale and Shady Side. I can't say it. And they're like rivals or whatever.
They're like neighboring towns.
Neighboring towns, but they're rivals. And like people, they really hate each other.
Yeah.
In a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And then we find out that Sam, her former ex-lover, is a girl.
Yeah.
Which is a little foreshadowing for something that happens in the third.
Yep.
For the things. And then things happen, and then the skeleton guy shows up again.
Ryan.
after all these things, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Thought he died.
Yeah, thought he died, and it's after
he got shot in the head.
Yeah, because after a crash that happened, somebody touched a grave and started seeing all the things. It was Sam that touched it, and then turns out there's a curse. There's a curse of the witch, Sarah Fear.
Sarah Fear. Is it Fear or Fears?
Fears. Maybe. So yeah, I liked the first one a lot because the one thing about it is like, right away you're thrown off and you're confused, but it has your slasher movie tropes. It's got the opening scene, like we just said. It's the main character's female, which a lot of times in those horror movies they're female. You got the final girl, and then there's some sort of love interest going on. I don't know if Dina is a virgin. That wasn't really disclosed at all. Well, we find out in a later scene they get a little freaky. But they don't. But I don't think they go all the way. Maybe just a little heavy petting, as they would say.
Yeah.
You don't remember that because you fell asleep.
Yeah. I did. I watched the beginning and then I watched the end, and that was it.
Yeah.
Because I fell asleep.
It's really good though. This is my favorite of the 3 because it had, it's just a lot of fun to watch. And then like, the brother is this nerdy guy who's got he knows all about all the different. There's pretty much a series of murders, like they said. So over 300 years, this town has always been faced with some sort of murder going on.
Well, like serial killers keep popping up, is what's happening in this town.
Yeah, killers. And then I like that eventually throughout the movie, you're met with a lot of these different serial killers. So you're met with Ruby Lane, and then you have Tommy, also in the movie.
Is Ruby Lane in the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So she killed her parents, and then she like cut herself or something and killed herself.
She didn't kill both of her parents.
Oh, just one of them, or
Yeah.
did she? Yeah, something like that. But it was, it's good. And then you're just like confused, like who are all these other fucking people? And like all these different masked murderers are coming, which I liked. I liked that they had different ones.
Where are they coming from?
And then you find out. I don't want to give all the details, but it's part of the curse. Part of the curse. It's all the killers of the past.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I also liked about this series, where when you have a horror series, it starts with the original. It starts with the origin, more or less. It builds it, and then it feeds off the next one. Goes into the next one. Where this one, it kind of goes in reverse. It starts with
present day, their present day, because it was 1994.
And then it goes into the second movie, which is 1974, I think. 74, right?
Is it 74 or 77?
Oh God.
I don't remember.
Now we gotta fucking look now. Hold on.
I don't know.
78. We were
both wrong.
So,
but it is cool. It is cool that they do that, because it's like, at the end they start telling this. At the end of the first one, she starts telling this new story, and then the next one picks up right where that left off with the story from the past.
Well, the thing is that only one person has quote unquote survived. The
witch's curse.
The witch's curse, and that was the actress is Gillian Jacobs.
Yes,
which was a nice surprise. I really like her. She's a good actress.
Yeah, why do you like her?
Because she's funny, and she's in the show Love. I like you've never watched Love. It's good.
That's why
I just like her as an actress. I don't even know her.
You like looking at her.
Oh, fuck
That's
off.
why.
Shut up. And so yeah, I did like the different killers of it, which made it refreshing. You weren't seeing the same person over and over again. And it's like, as it's explained, these are all like previous killers back from the dead, more or less,
right?
To come and get the one person. In this case, Sam.
Right.
And they, and then as it goes out into the history, they learn more and more. They're like, yeah, there's this killer, all these killers or whatever.
Yep.
And they just start popping up, which was really cool. I liked it a lot. And then you're left, of course, you think there's a happy ending, but no, there's not. And then you're left where they are face to face with the person who survived it. And then we go into number 2.
Yep.
Number 2 picks up Fear Street 1978, where they left off. You got Dina and Josh or whatever, and then Gillian Jacobs. And then Gillian Jacobs tells the story of what happens to her, how she survived the murders.
Yeah, her and her sister go to camp.
Nightwing.
Yep.
Which is a DC character. Did you know that? Did you know Robin from Batman and Robin?
I did.
The first one became Nightwing. I could be wrong. It could be the second one.
I think I did. I knew that name.
I'm pretty sure the first Robin became Nightwing. Second Robin killed by Joker. And then there's a third Robin.
Well, I don't know any of these things.
Lots of Robins out there. So yeah, that's what happened. And then the camp story was really fun too. It was really good.
It was a really good one.
I felt like the first one picked up quick. Like it was like fast. Second one, the pace is a little slower in the beginning, but then once you get into the stuff of it, where Tommy becomes the killer, the axe guy, and we learned that that's the axe guy with the burlap sack over his face.
Head. And then it's cool because you get to see like how that happened, like how that developed. He started as the guy with just the axe, and then you find out how the burlap thing gets put on his head.
You see the buildings of a killer, and it's pretty neat. And then of course you get more deeper into the origin when they're like in this weird tomb underground, and then one of the exits out of the tomb is through a bathroom,
through a porta pot.
Yeah, and they're getting
an outhouse,
climbing on shit or whatever.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, but this one.
And then one of the girls breaks her ankle. Ugh.
Yeah, and the
bone
sticks
pops out.
Yeah, that's good. That's
gross.
Good. Second one's got 2 very brief but intense sex scenes. And I found out my daughter watches these movies, and I was like, I don't know about that. Don't feel comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, and isn't it in this movie that we found out that they spare the Sunnyvale? Like they don't kill the Sunnyvale people?
Yeah, it's only
because they have that color war. So like one of the things at camp,
is that true?
Yeah, because one of the things at the camp, so they're at this camp and they do it's got kids from both Sunnyvale and Shadyside. And so they're doing this color war, and one is blue and one is red, and they're doing capture the flag. And that's when all this shit hits the fan, is when they're playing this game.
Yeah.
And remember, Tommy bypassed the Sunnyvale kids and only killed the people from Shadyside, because Shadyside is the one that has the curse.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the girl that plays Max in Stranger Things is in it. She's
Yeah.
like the main person.
Yeah, she plays, what's her name?
Ziggy.
Yeah, but the actress
Gillian Jacobs.
plays her as a child.
Yeah, way to spoil it.
How is that a
Because
spoiler?
everybody thought it was her sister that survived. And then at the end, they both get killed. And then
Well, now you spoiled
then
it.
Gillian
so-
Jacobs' younger self gets revived
you know what?
by Nick Good, who is the cop.
Yep.
The cop that in the first one killed the killer and is like, trying to investigate the rules and the laws.
He shot Ryan in the head.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's a part of it, obviously younger form, and there's a little history there between, how it happened
Ziggy
or whatever.
and
Yeah, Ziggy and
Nick.
and Nick Good. Bum bum bum. But yeah, I liked the second one a lot as well. It was
the killers came back in that one too.
Yeah, but briefly.
Yeah.
Like obviously the skeleton guy was not a part of it.
No, because that was before he was.
Right, before that happened.
Yeah.
You had they talked about the milkman. He's creepy.
Which one's the
guy in the jumpsuit with like the smile on his face.
The kid with the bat is creepy.
Yeah. You don't really
But you don't hear much about
you
him.
see some of his like origins or whatever, like that he's
Yeah.
getting hit or whatever. But yeah, then they find out, that the witch's curse is real. It's a real thing. It's it's an actual thing. Sarah fears.
Well, and they find the underground cave.
They find the underground cave, and then that's what they do. And then don't they find the hand in this one? Right?
Oh, this is the one where they find the hand. Oh, right. Because they I don't remember
they have that
how.
book. They had the book from the nurse.
They had the book from
Ruby-
the nurse who
Ruby
was Ruby Lane's mom.
Right.
That's how I know that she didn't kill both her parents.
Right, you're right.
And then because the nurse she's under the curse originally, right? Or no, is she under the curse?
She just goes crazy.
No, she just goes crazy because she's obsessing
But she
over.
she knows Tommy is on there.
Because what happens is she has this book, and it's got all this stuff about the witch and the witch's curse in it. And she finds that the camp is actually the original grounds where the witch lived and was hung.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then she ends up finding, I think she's the one that ends up finding the cave or whatever where the witch's curse is on the ground and whatever. And she sees all the names on the carved into the wall. And that's how she knows that Tommy is the next killer. So she tries to kill him.
Doesn't work.
And it doesn't work. And then...
What would you do if you saw me kill somebody right in front of you?
Oh, I don't know. Probably vomit.
You'd probably, you would vomit and then you would just fall to the ground. That's your defense mechanism. When
Or
you're scared,
do what...
and just fall to the ground.
Do what the sister does in this
Nothing,
movie and just freeze.
Watches. Yeah, you would, but you would fall to the ground.
And scream and cry and
we
vomit.
would be so screwed if we were to get robbed and you were like the first in line. You would just drop. You wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't try to attempt a fight. You would scream, and then you would just drop. And then I don't even know if the killer would be like, no, that's just too easy. I think they want a little bit of a battle. And then that puts me in an awkward spot. What do I do? Do I try to lift your ass up and try to carry you out, or do I just go? Somebody's got to raise the kids. In this situation, they're not home. The children aren't home. Because that would be my first thing, obviously, would to grab the kids.
Right.
Whatever. But yeah, you're really the reason we're dead.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't think...
Absolutely.
I think that I would fight. I think that
With
I
what?
would. I don't fucking know.
Your little punches that you do?
Wow. Boom. You know what?
If a toddler was trying to kill us, those punches would be effective. They'd be very effective.
But the adrenaline would be pumping, and
you'd be
people
on-
get superhuman strength when the
You'd be on the
adrenaline
ground.
goes off.
You'd be on the ground.
I don't think so.
There was one time when you weren't pregnant that you came in the back door and I just ran at you from the hall. And what was You went down.
That wasn't over there. That
it
was
was-
by the bathroom.
you
That was
ducked.
the time I came out of the bathroom.
Twice.
It was no.
Twice
it
it's
only
happened.
once.
No,
I came out of the bathroom in the pitch black, and you screamed or did something, and I freaked.
and you just fell down. You just fell down. You like ducked. So if anything, you might make them trip. And then
Whatever.
that's when I act and save the day.
Yeah.
Good thing you're not in that movie because you would be.
Oh yeah, I'd be the one in the beginning that gets killed. That would be me.
Well, that doesn't happen in the second one. There is no.
No, but that's because you already have the.
Yeah, but you could have. I mean, they could still set it up where it's like, in camp, and then there's a killer or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, it's a slower build.
Right, it is a slower build, but they also had that whole backstory where Ziggy was getting picked on by those girls.
Picked on, yeah, and that's what her and Nick really connected on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what that is. And then Nick has a history of
Mm-hmm.
family being popos
Yep.
and stuff.
Yep.
And then the third one, so the third part 3, 1666. It goes.
Well, hold on.
Wow,
We missed a part. We
okay.
missed a part.
Yes.
So back to the hand thing. So they find the witch's hand,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're spoiling this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they find the witch's hand, and in this book, there's like this incantation or whatever it is. It's like a poem or something. And they talk about how this won't end until the hand is reunited with the body.
Right.
So then they're trying to figure out where the witch's body would be, and they were like, "Oh, well, under the." I think they're like, "Oh, she was buried under the tree which she was hung from."
Yeah.
So then they find the tree, and they go and they dig up the body, and all the
No,
killers. This is when all the
they
killers
didn't
are,
dig up the body.
Well, they are attempting to.
Yeah.
And this is when all the killers are chasing them,
Yeah.
and they find this rock, and carved on the rock, what does it say?
The witch lives forever. Or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
it's something like that. It's like the witch will live forever or something because the body's not there.
Right. And then they're killed.
Yeah.
Sisters. The Ziggy is stabbed by the milkman,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tommy kills the sister.
Yeah. Do you remember her name?
No, but it was Tommy's girlfriend
Right.
in the beginning. So yeah, they're dead.
I want to say it's Alice,
And
but
then-
I feel like that's wrong.
No, Alice was the other character, the short haired
Oh, yeah,
character,
yeah.
who was getting railed. Yeah, and then out of nowhere, the cop comes and resuscitates Ziggy, which she was stabbed numerous times.
He's
She'd
not
be
a
dead.
cop yet, but
Well, he's gonna be.
yeah.
He is. We know he
Nick.
is in the future, but
Nick comes.
you couldn't. Nick comes.
Haha, you know what I mean, you pervert. Jeez.
But yeah, very unrealistic. She'd be dead. No way she'd live.
Right.
Just no way. But yeah, and then like something happens wherever where now Dina, they go back to 1994 and they're doing something, and then
Well, because Sam is possessed. Did we ever
right.
talk about that?
Oh yeah, Sam's possessed at the end of the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then Dina gets stabbed, and then it's like nothing. Just fine.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the first one, and then she goes and talks to this person, whatever, and then somehow they end up at like the thing. Oh, they end up at the grave, right? And then like they reunite the hand with because they
Yes.
know where the body was buried or whatever.
Well, that's how the third one starts. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she goes back in time,
Yeah.
or like she like relives the Sarah Fears thing, and oddly,
As Sarah.
as Sarah, she lives that experience. Oddly enough, Sarah Fierce also a lesbian.
Yep.
So was Dina. So there's that little foreshadowing.
Well, and that's how the whole thing started, because she wasn't really a witch, but it was
just a lesbian.
It was yeah, she's just a lesbian. And then the other guy, well, there's more to this. I don't want to jump ahead.
Well, there's just so pretty much the gist of like the 1666 part, it goes back in time to that year, 1666, and that's where this is your origin. This is your origin story where
Yeah.
most horror movies would start here with her, and then it's like that's where you meet the pastor who cuts out people's eyes,
Yeah.
cuts out his own eyes, and it gets really crazy. And then of course someone's like, I saw them two dames licking each other in the pubic area or whatever they were doing. I think they were just kissing, just smooching in the woods.
They were just
as you
smooching in the
do. Have you ever smooched in the woods? You ever gotten hot and heavy in the woods?
No.
You sure?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Have you?
No. That would be so uncomfortable. How would you like? I don't know. What are the you shift the wrong way and there's a stick up your ass? I don't know. I'm not.
My God.
That's no interest of mine. Like, you know what I mean? Or you get a splinter in the butt cheek.
A burdock.
Yeah, one of those burrs.
Yeah.
I could get those on your in your frontal area. Oh, that'd be rough. Yeah, that'd be, and there's ticks.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of you could get bit by a mosquito. Maybe that mosquito has West Nile and you're dead. All for some fun in the woods? No, thank you. No, thank you. Give me comfort. That's what I like.
But this was 1966 or 1666.
Yeah. The beds were made out of wood, so
yeah,
it doesn't matter. But some guy saw them, and then he's like, "Oh yes, they're the evil ones.
Also,
kill them."
I just realized that 1666 also has the 666.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
I didn't realize that until just now.
It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Thanks, babe.
I mean, I didn't really dig that origin story. I was like, it's boring. It was boring, and it's like,
so basically they like. Sorry, I interrupted you. Continue. You've been talking the whole time.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I was gonna say, I don't like the acting in it either, because it's like these actors are trying to speak like it's 1660. Like,
yeah, that kind of bothered me.
Come hither, friend.
Well, and did you notice that some of them are trying to use like a weird accent that just like wasn't quite working?
Right. Wasn't there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a miss.
And it was a real slow.
That one was slow, yes.
But like the last 10 minutes of that area is pretty good. Like
more than 10 minutes, I'd
say.
When
the priest cuts the eyes out, and then you see like the original underground tomb. You see how it all goes. What really is happening.
Well, so you could talk about what's actually happening.
Yeah, there's the curse, and pretty much the dude made a deal with Satan.
Yeah, this guy named Solomon.
Solomon Good.
Yes, makes a deal. Solomon Good makes a deal with the devil, and to be able to get what he wants or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then what he has to do is sacrifice. What is it? You sacrifice one person.
Yeah, one person.
Is it per year or per couple of years?
I think it's every year.
Yeah. So you no, it has to be every couple. I don't know. Whatever. So every so often you have to sacrifice one person.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is because these girls get caught in the woods, they're blamed for being witches. Like they're accused of being witches. One runs away, which is Sarah. One gets away, and then the other one is going to be hung. And
they're both going to be hung.
Well, they're both going to be hung, but Sarah gets away, and they're looking for her. So they have these search parties out looking for her, and she's just kind of bopping around town. And this is the thing that drove me nuts is she's running around in this dark cloak, and she's trying to hide, but she's in very open spaces, and nobody sees her.
I'm not a wizard. I'm a wizard, Harry.
Yeah.
She had an invisibility cloak.
But so then her and Solomon are friends, right? They're friends?
Yep.
So she goes over to Solomon's place to hide out. And then all these people come to search his house for her because they know that they're friends. Yeah. And she crawls into this
She crawls into the dungeon, the hole or whatever, and sees it.
Which we find out is the witch's cave.
Right.
So that's how you find out that it's Solomon.
Things go haywire, and things aren't really ideal in that situation. Well, ultimately she finds out the origin. Then you find out the origin.
Yeah.
But then
because he tries to get her to not be with him, but
be a part of it.
Yeah, and she stands up to him and is like, no. And so he actually
Ain't no man telling me what to do.
So then he's trying to kill her or something because of she knows the truth. And this is how her hand gets cut off, because he's chasing her and trying to kill her now. And he catches her at one point, but she
cuts it off.
Yeah. Somehow he cuts off her hand.
Yep.
And then, but she still gets away.
Okay. Yeah. She gets away.
What?
We don't have to give away. We don't have to give every like step-by-step details.
Oh my God. Okay,
It
continue.
doesn't have to be like a big play-by-play every single. You know what I mean?
But this is like the only interesting part of this whole movie.
Yeah. So just let them know, like the last couple of minutes, and then ultimately,
But getting the hand chopped off is a big thing.
getting the hand job. Yeah, the hand chopped off.
Chopped off.
Oh yeah. It was technically it's like a job. It didn't even. Yeah, it just like kind of fell off.
Yeah.
It was like a hangnail at one point. And
Well,
she just did a
yeah.
little flick, and you hurt me, and then it just fell. Plop. There's her hand. That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah, that is true.
But yeah. So then she gets caught or whatever. They both get put up there, and then Sarah goes, "Oh, it's all me. I'm the witch. Hang me," because she doesn't want her love to die. So she gets hung.
Yep.
But she puts a curse on the whole town, the town of Shady Side.
Mostly on Solomon. But
But it turns into wherever he's at,
yeah.
and so in the land. But then like with the third one, so that ends, and then it goes back to like an opening credit where it says Fear Street 1994 Part 2.
Yep.
So
So
it's
it's like 2 movies in one.
2 movies in one, and then you're met with the back to that story, and then it's good from there. Like and like the one thing with the killers is like whoever touched like the grave essentially is who they kill.
Yeah.
So
who
they
they're
give
trying
up
to
they give up a name of a person. That person becomes a killer, and then kills whoever like is like the last person to touch or be associated with the Sarah Fierce's
Right.
grave. And so since Sam's already possessed, or
Yep.
no, Deanna, because Dina
Dina.
said she grabbed the thing and saw the whole story.
Right.
They're now after her, and they only go after her blood, which is
Right.
a good. And then there's like they get real Home Alone on it.
Yeah, they
I liked
do.
it. I want that.
Sorry, go on.
I want that movie where it's like Home Alone, only like Kevin fucking kills them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a gang. Like there's like 4 of them, and then just like they just get killed by this little kid, and not like Damien, but like through shenanigans.
Oh my god.
Murdered by shenanigans. I'd like that.
Oh my gosh.
Realistically, Harry and Marv should have died like numerous times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't happen. Won't happen. But it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I like the series. We watched it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I mean, I fell asleep during the first one.
This is the best one. The first one's the best one. I like the second one a lot.
The second one was really good.
The third one, it was like, yeah, like all the old timey shit was, yeah. And then once you get back to the 90s, where, let's face it, that's the greatest decade of all time. It was good. The one thing that's missing from this movie, these series, is a banging soundtrack.
Yeah, there really wasn't. Well,
There wasn't any. Or there was
No,
Carry
there
On My
was.
Wayward Son.
yeah,
in
in
the
the second
70s,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was, and then there just wasn't like much.
Mm-mm.
There could have been
There
some
could have
really
been
good.
some really good 90s hits.
Yeah, 94. Like what was out in 94? You could have had some
I don't
Ramones
know.
or something. I Want to Be Sedated. Something like that.
Something.
Let's see what the top songs were in 1994.
Didn't we? Well, we wouldn't have looked up 94, but we looked up.
We've done this before.
Yeah. The top hits from our birth years to see if we knew what the songs were.
And we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Really, it was quite the shock where you're like, what the
I
fuck
know.
is
I
any of
thought I
this?
would know what those songs were, but I.
So some of the top songs in 1994. Oh, this one would have been a good one. I'll Make Love to You. That's one of my favorite songs. Boys to Men. That would have been a good one.
Oh my god.
Especially like during those 2 mild sex scenes. Well, that took place
but
in the 70s.
The one
Damn
was in
it.
the 70s.
Well, there's that one. Well, you didn't see that scene in the bathroom in the first one where Josh hooks up with Katie.
Josh does?
Yeah, the little brother smooches with the girl, and then Dina and Sam get a little lovey-dovey at the same time, and then Simon jerks off. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Why are you screaming like that?
I
Yeah,
didn't scream.
in my
So
ears
it's like
you
an
did.
orgy in the bathroom?
They're in separate locations.
Oh. I thought they
They're
were
not
all
like-
in a
No. Would you want to see
Like,
your
this is
sister
a
do?
weird movie.
Would you want to see your sister do that?
No, I'm thinking like weren't they at a school at one point?
Yeah,
So I was thinking
there's
like
multiple
they were in
baths.
different
No,
stalls.
it's not.
is what
No,
I was
no,
thinking.
not like that. Not like that. They were in all different areas.
Gotcha,
All
okay,
different areas.
okay.
But they do acknowledge it
That's
because
crazy.
like Kate and Josh walk out, and Simon's like, "Did you guys hook up or what?" And then she's like, "Barely got past first base." And
Oh
then
my gosh.
and then Dina and Sam come
walk
out,
in.
and he's like, "You too?" And he's like, "Me too," because he spanked his monkey. Anyways,
Oh my god.
so that would have been a good song for that little weird montage.
I'll make love to you.
Basket Case by Green Day. You could have thrown that in there. That would
Yeah.
have been a good one. There's some Seal song. I don't know that one. REM, What's the Frequency, Kenneth?
What?
fuck is
What
that?
is what song
The
is
Cranberries Zombies. That would have been a good
that?
one
I
for
don't
that.
know.
Are
What's
you
that one?
in your head?
Oh,
How do you?
sure. No.
The
I
fact
understand.
that I had to explain that to you.
Wow.
That's unfortunate.
Shut up. I do know that song.
Stroke You Up. That would have been a good one for the sex scene for the guy jerking off. This Circle of Life.
Really?
It was, yeah, that was on there. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, Come Out and Play by The Offspring would have been pretty good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon by someone called Urge Overkill. The fuck?
What?
Yeah.
We gotta listen to that song.
Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon.
Ooh,
Urge Overkill.
That's
Man,
weird.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm surprised I don't know like so many of these songs, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but you were only what, 4?
yeah, I was 4. I love you so much. Can't count all the ways. I've died for you, girl. And all they can say is, he's not your kind. They never got tired of putting me down, and I'll never know when I come around. What I'm going to find. Don't let them make up your mind. Don't you know? Girl, you'll be a woman soon. Please take my hand. Girl, you'll be a woman soon.
What the fuck?
Soon you'll need a man. I've been misunderstood for all my life. But what you're saying, girl, cuts like a knife.
Stop it.
That's the words. Neil Diamond wrote this song.
Really?
Yeah.
Now we need to
Oh, maybe it's a
listen to
cover then. It's a cover by Urge. Yeah, because Neil Diamond wrote it. Okay. Well, that was a really
Wow.
bad summarization of 3 movies that were really good,
They were really good.
except for the last one for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the rest is
Mhm.
really well. I enjoyed them. Yeah, and it got me looking into like the Fear Street stuff, and I was disappointed to see like
That they didn't
It's
follow
not-
the books.
no, it's well maybe there's some links to it, I guess.
Sure. Loosely based on the books.
The New Girls, the first one, it was published in 1989, and various spin-off series were written, including the Fear Street sagas and the Ghosts of Fear Street. So I wonder if there's like, because there's the original Fear Street series by
Uh-huh.
R.L. Stine.
Yep.
And then there's like 800 different other ones, but he wrote like a shit ton of them. And then there are sagas. So like this is kind of
Huh.
like the movies in a sense would be the Fear Street saga, which is
Right.
there's 3: the Betrayal, the Secret, the Burning. So maybe that one's like kind of
Maybe
like
that is.
I don't fucking know, but I don't know. I would maybe read them, but I think people would judge me because I think it's for teenagers.
You don't have to read them in public.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's for children. But it says they appeared in many bestsellers lists, including New York Times bestseller list for children. Because
I
it's
don't know
R.L.
that-
Stine. He kind of, Goosebumps too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I wonder if the movies are much more gory than the books.
Probably because the movies are all rated R.
Right.
There's some like crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
It was,
I liked it. I thought it was good. Gave me some spooky dreams.
yeah. Give me a break.
Oh, stop it.
I am scared. The first Goosebumps book was 1993, so R.L. Stine did the Fear Street stuff first. And then Goosebumps, then they really got like Kiddy, like for kids, I
Right.
think. I don't fucking know. I've never read any of them. I used to have a lot of Goosebumps books, and I just didn't read them.
Really?
I had them. Couldn't tell you where they are now, but didn't read them. I just thought it was cool. Like, I have the books, and I'll
Right.
read them when I want. And then I never did.
What a badass. What a badass.
I do remember one time in 3rd grade,
Yeah.
like they used to have to do like, I'm assuming this is how they measured like comprehension. They would like an aide or something, or just like a helper would pull you out of the class,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd have to tell them about the book that you're reading silently during SSR, silent sustained reading.
I had that too, SSR.
And you had to like tell them about it, and obviously they didn't know what you were talking about because
right, you could have just made some shit up.
Had a Goosebumps book,
Mm-hmm.
made up everything.
Really?
And they bought it, totally bought it. I was just really convincing. This is what it's about. And this is what happens. I pretty much created a book.
Maybe you should write a book.
What do you mean? I don't.
You should
I
write a
couldn't,
book.
I couldn't write. I couldn't.
Why?
Because you have to use like all these descriptive words and commas and periods, and it's just like, you know.
That's what you have an editor for.
Yeah, but I don't have like, I don't know if I have the ability to do that. Because you have to be like, you can't just say like, the person got stabbed. You have to say, the sharpness of the blade pierced her liver. And she said, oh my God, it smells like Pabst Blue Ribbon. She was an alcoholic. Or something like that. You know, you got to use a lot of adjectives and descriptions.
You got to use a lot of fluff.
Yeah, kind of. She's like, you can't just say she sat on the couch. It's, she gracefully placed her buttocks on the fuzzy blue cushion of the 1978 Lazy Boy thing. I don't know if Lazy Boy was around 78.
I don't know.
I'm assuming. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could give you like, maybe I could create like a premise or something, and someone could write it, what I'm saying.
Are there people that do that?
Oh yeah, a lot of like
you could come up with the
a lot of people,
basic storyline, and then
you
someone else would write it.
A lot of times, like, so like when you see like a book where it's like Kevin Hart's book, like Kevin Hart has a book about his life. He didn't write it. He probably didn't. He probably had. It's pretty much like he's verbally telling the story, and they are
Somebody
writing
else
it.
is writing it.
Yes. A lot of times
Interesting.
there'll be two authors.
Sure.
And of course, the main person's takes up 75% of the cover. Then there's like another 20% of just random blank space, and then there's 5% of the person who actually wrote the book.
Who did all the work?
Maybe, I mean, it's collaborative, but yeah. So I couldn't do that. Maybe I tried to ask Madison if she'd read the Fear Street books, and she said no.
She wouldn't read them?
Yeah, she said she wouldn't.
Why?
I don't know. Not
She's too
interested,
cool?
I guess. Yeah.
Did she like the movies?
Yeah, she liked the movies. We watched Scream.
Yeah.
It's nice that she can get into the horror movies now. But there's always that part where there's like, because with horror movies comes a lot of
sex stuff.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather just watch that by yourself. I don't want to be around you when you're looking at that.
Yeah,
it's not like she's seeking it, but it's just in the movie.
Right. At what age, like, do you watch movies like that with your parents and it's not weird?
Never. It's always weird. It's always weird. I watched in high school. I watched Harold and Kumar go to Guantanamo or escape from Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
With Madison's grandfather.
On
on her mom's side, and it was fine,
Right.
They smoke a lot of weed, or big deal. That wasn't bad.
Right.
But the bad part is, there's a scene where I don't know which one it is, but they're dreaming of having sex with a bag of weed, and then at one point he starts like fisting it, and I was like, oh, this is uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable. And yeah, so I don't think that it ever.
I watched True Blood with my mom.
Is there a lot of sex in that?
Yeah.
And it wasn't weird?
I don't know. No.
Oh, okay. I have so many like punchlines I could say right now, but I don't know. I don't know if you would appreciate them. Do you want me to edit that out?
No, it doesn't matter.
You sure?
Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
take it out.
It's fine.
Okay. It's a joke.
I know.
It's an open-ended joke.
I know.
It's not like I said anything.
Oh my God. You might want to edit that out.
What?
Oh my God. It's big controversy right
I
now.
know. Okay. Well, the movies are good. Watch them if you have Netflix.
Yeah.
How was your kitty cocktail? This kitty cocktail is not that good.
It's not as good as the cream soda
It
that
tastes.
I had?
It smells like candy. It smells like candy. But like when you think kitty cocktail, like it's not. It has a distinctively different flavor.
Like I was really hoping for like an actual kitty cocktail, but it's not.
Like you can tell it's artificial like
Yeah.
grenadine and all that.
Yeah.
It's like it's just like a kind of like a cherry Sprite in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
My beer's good. I still have about half of it. Just because I was talking most of the time. Sorry. But it's good. So I drink how do you say it?
Hoosier.
Hoosier Brewing Company. They say it's a fruited sour ale. Is it fruited? How's it fruited if it's pecans? I don't know. It must be something that's in it. Pecan's a nut.
Yeah, that's not a fruit.
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Maybe they didn't want to call it a nutted sour ale.
Yeah, maybe. So it's good. It's good. It's something that you have to like
Sip.
sip. You can't
just throw it back.
No, not at all. Especially at the end because you'll get all that junk.
You could just throw back these kitty cocktails.
No, you couldn't even throw those back.
Yeah, you could. It's got a weird. You want to talk about a weird aftertaste?
Yeah, that's weird.
This thing kind of has a weird aftertaste.
Okay. Well, that's it. What other movies could we watch? So many.
Many.
Let us know in the comment section. That has 0 comments. Anytime.
Sad.
Yeah, this podcast fucking sucks. All right.
Shut
See you
up.
later.
Pew pew audio. Goodbye, everyone.